Hello and welcome back after what the fuck? After basically a week and a half break, we had a lot of difficulties trying to get the recording through. We did say we were gonna do it every Saturday, but that did not seem to work out as planned, and we got Nick over here doing the most. But hopefully we're gonna get on a normal schedule. People are gonna get situated, kids, no kids, bills, all that kind of shit. Everybody will just be chilling. So all we can do. On to you, Nick.
Welcome to the EOMC podcast, Exploitation of the Middle Class podcast, the best number one red pill, fuck yo, baby mama, daddy ass podcast. I am one of your hosts. My name is Nicholas Cortez Brass, otherwise known as the most alpha. Don't ever try me. This nigga Donald said he was gonna shoot me and some shit. I will beat the fuck out of like wham. Right. Also, another sidebar. If you fat, just don't talk. If you are a woman and you're fat, just don't talk.
Oh my god!
On to you, Donald.
Already.
All right, thank you for making that distinction, Nick. My name is Donald, and this is our podcast, the Exploitation of the Middle Class podcast.
Our.
Yes, our. Yes, I'm one of the co-hosts.
I own it. Though.
The other one, alpha male Nick. Let's hear it up for Nick.
Woo!
And we,
Woo!
yep, whoop whoop boy. And we got our AI, sentient, half human, half robot dude named Caden. That he already explained himself.
I'm best friends Blaine.
So let's get into our first topic.
We got a couple. We could choose which one you want to talk
We
about.
could choose probably Winter, or
it has been very fucking cold.
Very cold for 3 weeks.
It was very cold for almost a whole entire month.
Yeah,
it's hot now. It's surprisingly hot. It was like basically 60 degrees. And now
exactly.
I don't like that shit. I'm gonna be honest. Like, yeah, I don't like it to be cold, but like you can't be springtime weather in the middle of January. I'm still like in my it's cold nigga hours. Yeah, shit. Anybody who wants to go first into talking about this bullshit?
Yeah.
You know,
you know it's me. I feel like I'm a very. This is a touchy subject for me, seeing as I moved and it was cold, and even after moving for 3 weeks, just ice laid there. Nothing was going. Ice, snow, -degree weather for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
And it was very, very weird. It's still happening. My feet are still cold, but it's less noticeable now. We're not gonna do any of that free self-promotion ads. Nuh-uh. But
Don't say ads. Don't remind me.
What about you, Caden?
What?
What about you with this winter?
I wish it would snow up here in the north.
It wasn't snowing in Ohio?
I thought it was.
Barely.
Yeah. Did the whole UG thing with
it snowed up here.
I want more snow. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure it will get colder again.
Oh yeah.
It will get colder. Nigga, we might even have a cold ass April, which if that is the case, I might just have to find a way to manipulate all forms of matter and become some sort of a pseudo god to bring this nigga back. Not really to be a god, but just to bring this nigga back if that nigga does exist, which I'm agnostic, so I might think that this nigga exists. I'm agnostic.
This is not Fire Force.
So the higher being comes back, and this nigga's like, what the fuck are you doing, little nigga? And I'm gonna be like, oh, well, now that you're back, can you like fix everything? And then that nigga does a supernatural and just says,
bibbidi bobbidi boo,
and is gone. Again, my opinions on Winter, my balls were chattering. Just absolutely crazy. The lowest it got was -16. I said we live in fucking Antarctica now. I honestly thought it was the end times. In fact, they're making a Ghostbusters movie about those events, which is insane.
Really? Oh shit.
I don't know if it's exactly about it. It's called Ghostbusters Frozen something. I don't know, but Frozen is under the name. and definitely in seriousness though, the way that the weather has been moving around, definitely are doing there is shit that we are doing that is causing immense problems. Which of course that's how that is. The Earth is, its resources are going to. It's not going to last forever. Nothing in our verse will ever last forever. That's the only way I can say it. But there are things that humans are doing that are causing the shit to deteriorate rapidly, right? So even though Fimba Winter was crazy, nigga, my
Summer?
my members stood at attention the whole fucking winter because it was so fucking cold. The blood in my body was frozen, nigga. But I'm honestly scared for this fucking summer because with me living in Kansas, I've noticed that when it's hot or when it's cold in winter, like really fucking cold, it's going to be fucking scorching in the summertime. Like Kansas, we get 100-degree weather every so often, but from on the come up, it's starting to get into like constant hundreds. But to be honest, nigga, my balls chattering. It's just cold as fuck.
Yeah, I mean,
shatter them.
He can't.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't stop the cold train, baby, man. My feet right now with the socks on. I don't even have my. I got the thermo socks with them shits on. It was still cold, and then it's like I don't know if it's me or if anybody else is affected by this, but like I feel like you get colder if you put your socks on. Like I don't know.
That's definitely
a thong will fix all of your problems.
That's definitely a psychological.
You think that's a psychological?
It's like what was that? It's a placebo effect or something like that. I don't know the definition, but I just know placebo effect is when you think something is. It's like, oh, I just chefed me up a steak and that shit was so delicious. This nigga Gordon Ramsay eats my steak. He literally like waits. He just throws that shit out of the pan while it's searing straight to my face. Ah! You fucking wanker! This shit tastes like poo. You fucking sandwich. You're an idiot sandwich. Yes, like some shit like that.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm extra today. Bring this shit up. So I know you niggas have been hearing recently because we're the generation that is being targeted. This argument about the Gen Z is soft. The main argument is that you don't want to work an 8-hour shift. You're soft. These Gen Zers don't want to work. These Gen Zers are and I think it's fucking stupid. Obviously, because most of the workforce now is Gen Z kids. There's only a couple of Gen Zs left in school until our generation is completely out of school. You're like the latter half. Are there Gen Z kids that are like freshmen and middle schoolers?
What are you saying?
Our generation.
Gen Z starts from I think 1997 till 2010. Some debates say maybe 2010, 2012.
Yeah, but we're almost out of school. Our whole generation is
My sister's in middle school right now, and she was born 2-3 years after me. So yeah.
Yeah, basically our generation is still kind of in elementary school, but they're in their latter years, and you know how middle school and high that shit kind of move quick, but our latter generation is about to be out of elementary school, and most niggas in middle school and high school, some niggas they start working, and how you would said Donald when we talked before this, I will let you bring that up. So I'm gonna let you have that.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, you gonna bring it up? Something about laws and repealing.
Of
but course. Basically, I think it's a dumb argument. Again, the first one is just we're lazy. We're the young niggas that are now having to go into these jobs because every generation has the young buck who comes in and starts working, right? Every generation has that shit. We're the young bucks that come in and work. It's just we're now realizing, or we're not putting up with the bullshit of like the stupid shit that they're doing, especially for the amount of money that we're making. Like I tell you right now, capitalism is evil as fuck. But if in capitalism, if you put enough money in a nigga's face, no matter how much you spit in their shit, they will take the shit because that's how capitalism works. It's so fucking evil that you give me enough money You say I'll give you $1 million if you let me punch the fuck out of you, nigga. I will be there waiting, just for that.
5 minutes with.
You get my good side?
Yeah, nigga.
Here, wait. 5 minutes with prime Mike Tyson.
Ooh,
Would you do it?
this is good. Wait,
For how much?
Yeah, how much?
$5 million.
I was gonna say,
for 5
fuck no.
minutes.
$5. It might get so bad in this economy, and $5 might give me like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
$5 million for 5 minutes
Okay, that's a good
with
right.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
With Mike Tyson.
All right, let's be honest. This is a good sidebar. I like this sidebar. Basically, this is prime Mike Tyson. This is not Mike Tyson now, because most niggas could probably fight Mike Tyson now. I mean, he still got the good
5 minutes.
form. He got the good form, but
That's the thing.
But he's older. But this one, he's prime. So he not only is he fast as fuck, strong as fuck, big as shit. He also has incredible fucking boxing stamina. No one's fighting superhuman beings.
Nick.
For 5 minutes.
What? Yeah, I'm not doing that. You would have
It's
to.
not even until you're knocked out.
Can you outstamina him, Donald? I can't outstamina him. I don't do cardio like that.
You think I do?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So even if you try to run from that nigga, he's a professional boxer. So I forgot to mention technique alone. This nigga knows how to corner his prey in. Also, he's 6 foot something.
Also, he got his most famous curse technique. Bite.
Nigga, Pokemon, nigga. I will get a dark type and name that nigga Mike Tyson, and he's gonna have the ability bite.
Yeah.
Donald. Yes. My anti-biting ear technique I haven't used since the Hina period.
The nigga does a monologue. That won't work, Mikey.
What?
I
That's impossible.
I've been studying this technique since the Heian period of Japan.
Period.
I'm powerful. Like that.
Well, I'm gonna go in for another bite.
Oh, shit. It only worked for one. It only worked for one.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't necessarily fuck with the argument, because it's, to be quite frank, Donald,
I'm dead.
Caden, nigga, we work hard. We do work actually.
Debatable.
Hard. Do you say debatable? Yeah, I mean, of course, niggas are going to slack when there's nothing to do. The thing about working is that there's a lot of issues. Like, there's like time where, okay, you've basically done everything and you should just go home because you're done, but they want you to stay because you might need to help them with something, or just extra workers in the store and some bullshit like that. We work hard. Niggas are crying about the 9 to 5 because they're not just working one 9 to 5, they're working the 9 to 5 days a week, right? And that shit isn't cool because, again, you wake up, go to work, you don't even have a day to yourself because right now at 5 it's dark, so you can't do anything. And unless you're a fucking clubber, you're not doing anything. And then on top of that, as you know, our community, the idea of community is drastically going down. We don't talk to people like niggas. We've been talking about, I can't get no girl. It's like, nigga, I have tried to talk. I've talked to girls outside of I can only talk to girls at work, and then every time I do talk to them, the conversations I try to make them interesting, but they kind of. There was one girl I'm talking to at the Caribou. She's a senior in high school, and you know me and my reputation, I can't.
Victim.
I can't.
Honey, you're my fifth one.
Stop. Nick, don't do it for yourself.
All right, nigga. But basically, what I'm saying is, it's that sense of community. What about the girl thing? Not necessarily romantically. I'm just talking about, in general, just socializing with other human beings, which is the shit that we want to do. It's just we're not doing that. So, of course, after working an 8-hour shift, going home, knowing you're not going to talk to nobody else but possibly your genitals, and playing a video game or something like that. I said you're going to talk to your genitals. Did I say that? On your
my favorite book.
On your goon session of the night, play a video game that you've been trying to play, or do solo activities until you go to bed, but you have to go to bed early to wake up at 9 to do it all over again. And then your fucking off days are so fucking spread apart. Like tomorrow I'm off. Then I gotta work 2 days, and then I'm off on Saturday. And then I work an 8-hour shift. This is my schedule. That I don't like that shit. And I'm a part timer, full timer. I'm a part timer, full timer, nigga. Which is out. I can get into that after everybody does their thing. But yeah, their main argument is that we're lazy, and it's like, yeah, nigga, we're working. It's just you niggas don't like that we're complaining about it because capitalism low-key thrives on complacency. So when you are complacent, you don't complain, then everybody's happy because they don't think that they're doing anything wrong. They think it's normal. But when I do complain and bitch and moan and say I want more, now it's an issue. Now it's a problem, right? So even though they're saying Gen Z is lazy, I think what they really mean is that you niggas aren't. We had to do it our day in our day, and this is how the system works, and you got to deal with the how the system works. And it's like, my nigga, we want change in our system, you know, not just in work in general, but you know, or I could just to simplify it, boomer speak. These boomers don't like that we want to have, you know, shit be better and progress. That's my take on it. I could really.
Kaden, would you like to speak for a second, I guess?
What was I gonna say? Shit. It was.
He's looking at it. Be patient, yo.
I'm thinking.
If you want, you can pass it back to me. I'm gonna just reiterate some of the next points, and then
don't forget to say your shit. Don't. Why'd you dunk on me, nigga?
Why?
Hey, don't forget to say repeal. Don't forget to say that shit.
So, just to speak about Nick's points, when I asked a few people about why they think Gen Z is soft, it was his first point of, oh, you guys don't want to work and you're lazy. And the second point was we're too, I guess, sensitive to a lot of things. I guess jokes. We're sensitive to jokes. We're too sensitive on issues. But at the same time, they say that we're like way too aggressive in some ways. Like we're way too like.
I get what you're saying.
We talk about issues, right? We like mention them shits. When we're working, we're like, oh yeah, we live in a fucking hellscape, and people are like, oh, how are you saying that? And like, don't.
And then you get like really aggressive. What? No, nigga, we literally do. Here's the graphs. Like, you're ruining my complacency. Shut up.
Like, there is I was working, right, and I just let the person who was buying the cigarettes, or no, not cigarettes, scratchers, all them shits know, you'll get them next time, or dang. It was something I said, but like my coworker kind of pulled me aside and been like, hey, dude, don't tell them that they're wasting money on their on frivolous things. And I'm like, oh, my fault. I mean,
they are.
I do get it, I'm not supposed to like ruin their reality, what reality is, and that being a shitty place. It's not like they don't already know that, but it's like once they realize everything is kind of like shitty, they can't really take it, and they start lashing out, weaking the fuck out. It was just an example of like our complacency and like how we just really need our comfort, especially Westerners, specifically Americans. We really, really, really value comfort above a lot of things.
Nigga, when I come home to my bed, nigga.
Yeah, I mean those things, comfort from your bed. Yeah, I'm saying like uncomfortable situations, like the genocide in Palestine. Yeah. When you talk about people, A, they're misinformed. B, if they're not misinformed, they're uninformed, which is possibly worse. Because it's like, why are you not aware of things?
Or that, why are you not?
I would say that we Gen Z are hyper aware. However, it's really not our fault. Like we were born
with the internet.
into a shitty world with multiple movies about this shitty world with our parents and family members and friends and just about everybody else, justifying that shitty worldview that we have.
I fucked with Kite Runner. That was a good
Getting
episode and movie.
what was it you said?
Kite Runner. It was the movie that was in Miss Shaft's class, and it was about Middle Eastern affairs. Some bullshit ass war, niggas getting genocided and killed, and niggas having to refugee out of where they used to live at. Then that nigga moved to America and some bullshit.
Yeah.
Can I ask a serious question?
Yeah, go ahead.
When is 2012 considered not to be canon?
Unfortunately, it is canon, and it won't ever not be canon. I just
did it
talked to the
happen?
timekeepers earlier this day, and they're like, "Huh, y'all really thought y'all died? No, you just kind of like opened your third eye or whatever the fuck." And they were like, "No,
Damn,
this is."
niggas were really saying 2012 was going to be the end of the world.
No, the movie 2012.
Oh,
you remember that movie?
That shit isn't going to be canon until a little fucking crack opens in the earth.
2053. That's at least what like some studies say. Maybe early, maybe less. It's just a guesstimate. But we are kind of receiving the effects of it right now. Yeah, we're hyper aware of these issues, and so yeah, we have a like very realistic, sort of nihilistic at times outlook on the world and people, and it's really furthered by the fact of capitalism, because when you think about it, all these things that they're complaining about us doing, they did before, and they got some comeuppance for it. If it was, they got laws and rights, passed, they got bills maybe signed in, they got to buy, baby boomers got to buy homes and shit, like when they were actually like affordable. You could put in a retirement plan, get to retire early, have kids and shit like that. But then you just kind of look at the conditions in which, like, it being like something about women not being able to do something without their husband's approval, or they needed a husband to do something. Other issues. Nah, I get no free advertisement. One that shall not be named. Put them shits back on. Just get that shit. Millennials, it's what they got was probably lackluster. I don't really know what they got. They probably got like some authority since like they're older than us, and be like, haha, we 90s kids.
I treat them like fucking old ass siblings. To be honest,
they probably just have that authority over us because they don't really got much at all either.
They don't. I think the oldest millennial is maybe in their 40s.
Yeah, them niggas is old as shit.
They could maybe a millennial can maybe be like a regional, maybe be a regional. No, probably barely. Like the nigga who's the boss at My High V, which would be like a store manager now. That nigga is a black guy, so that's cool. But he's definitely a millennial. So millennials aren't even. He's a hard ass. I like him, but like, for the past couple times that I've had my earbud in, everybody else has been like, "Hey, take that off, man, take that off. You can't have that in. You can't have that in." And it point directly at him and say, "He's really strict about it." And I'm like, wasn't the nigga who was here last strict about it too? And it's like, I guess. But since he's a new store director, he's like, "I'm gonna whip this store into shape." I'm like, honestly, bro, what you're gonna do is patrol around, but eventually your job is gonna get boring. You're gonna spend most of your time in your office. You might come out periodically. You might have to get niggas in trouble and fire them, but most niggas are already in line. So, yeah.
Yes, kid.
Yeah, whenever we were talking about the whole Gen Z thing, I was gonna mention how, remember that conversation we had about normalism, Donald? If you get me heated on a certain topic, dude, I will go off, and that was one of them. The whole fucking it's a topic.
We have so many fucking conversations. I did speak about it for a little bit.
Again, it's really more of an attack on our generation because we're speaking out about things. Damn. That nigga Caden just said your yompers are yomping, Donald.
Thanks for checking out my titties, man.
Yeah, it's genuinely an attack on our generation. It's stupid. It's stupid. But it's also like that one theory of basically the young become the old. So a lot of these movies have, "Oh, you old person, you're lame. I'm a cool young kid." 70s, 80s, 90s, same trope. except they're slightly different. They say new lingo. I know for a fact that Zoomers, Gen Z is going to. We're going to definitely become the old people, and the generation after us might have views that we might not like. Me personally, I really hope that doesn't happen. I really don't want to be cranky old anymore.
It's like depends on how you look at it. I mean, a recent study showed that more young men were becoming conservative, while more women or more little girls were becoming
Liberal.
more progressive.
Yeah, what is
Yeah.
it? Or yeah, but I also looked at an FD Signify video, and he was saying that like in general, Gen Z is becoming more progressive in general.
Yeah, in general, we are.
But
You
you
know,
are right though about that the first one
but
before because
it's
My favorite insurance company.
them
yeah,
niggas
it's change the fact that
is
there's a kind of rise in
conservatism.
traditionalism and conservatism and trad wifing and
Yeah,
just a whole bunch of this shit
I guess we're
due
on
to
that topic then. We're on that topic. Do we want to call this segment like red pill traditional alpha set? That would honestly go perfect with what the fuck I was doing. But if we want to talk
Red
about
pill,
that,
traditional
uh,
alpha section.
in my opinion, there is nothing wrong with being quote unquote traditional unless you start becoming problematic. So
yeah.
having a traditional marriage, you and your wife dress traditional, that's like an aesthetic. You're cool. But as soon as you start saying like homophobic stuff, kind of racist stuff, prejudice stuff, you and on top of that you're voting Republican, yeah, I'm going to look at you weirdly. I think that's odd and that's dumb. But again, with every political ideology, conservatism is always going to be around. Uh, they're always going, as long as people who like that, which is
It's
mainly,
installed.
yeah. Oh, you're installing it. But as long as people who like that are around, conservatism would be a thing. I don't like
Mhm.
conservatism because it's a little too traditional. It's it. Yes, in a sense, we are more free. The government has less things to do to us, but the problem is that it opens up corporations to doing some crazy ass slave labor, stupid laws and shit, and it might bring back. It's doing laws where it's taking rights away from people, where you can't get an abortion, which is by far one of the. You need birth control. You need every form of birth control at all times. I'm sorry. Some of us are not ready to have children, and it's just good to have the ability to, stop the pregnancy. I know some people are pro-life, right? And I understand, but again, I don't think that thing even has life until it gains consciousness. Of course, if it's out the room, I'm not gonna euthanize it and be like, well, we don't have the money for this one. I'm not gonna do that. But if it's in there and my wife is like, I don't want to do this, I'm gonna abort this, or the girl that I'm having the child with, I 100% support it because number one, it's her body, but number two, again, this thing doesn't have sentience. Oh yes, it has a beating heart and hands and stuff, and is forming a humanoid
It
body.
has
But
hands.
yeah, because yeah, that's how that works. That's how babies go. But
So
it just
could it beat me in a fight?
okay, man. Obviously, it's not gonna even lay a hand on you because it's still in the placenta or whatever. I don't know. I don't know
Mink,
female
mink.
anatomy, but even though it might have a somewhat of a developed brain, it has no consciousness. So that's my whole that from a scientific standpoint, that is why I'm always okay. Ooh, did my stuff cut out? Yeah.
It did.
But that from a scientific standpoint, that's why I'm always okay. Bag because that's just how I look at it from a scientific standpoint. If I again to scientifically base life, if life is not sentient and like I kind of know like Angel when she was out of the womb, she knew as a baby knew she didn't know, but like as a newborn she was able to like be more conscious and sentient, right? But when she was in there, yeah. So
That's
that's
hard.
That's why
Doing
I'm okay
something
with
that
that's why I'm okay with abortion though. But like the whole point of like conservatism, that's the shit. Like they take those away, and the dumb thing about it is that is literally taking away rights. But the thing is, the reason why they want to take abortion away is to make sure that there are more accidental babies for workers, because they want workers, because conservatism is heavily intertwined with capitalism, and capitalism needs human beings, able bodies to work. So they don't care if they're going to take human rights away from people. uh, they don't care, because to be honest, you know, they're only at their best interest. Then you have
Yeah.
shit like taking away rights from gay people and trans people and just women in general. Again, with the women, that was
And
abortion, but
children too.
chil-
Yeah.
children, this world is not for them. I can't.
Yeah.
It's not for them.
They come into the world so innocent and so like willing to give it their all, and then the world just constantly stomps on them.
It's not even just that.
And
Uh,
I tell them messages through school like, "Yo, be good,"
yeah,
and all of this. And when they get to the real world, they're told, "All right, uh, to be honest, you're gonna get fucking eaten alive if you do any of those things."
yeah.
It's like, why? Why is that the reason? Why is it that we can't just be nice? I understand there's things like if somebody killed my mom or somebody,
People are just
made
judging
an end
people, though.
life, or like just again somebody's just being rude to me. I understand you can't always be nice. There's not asking for a lot. I'm just asking for genuine compassion for everybody else. And with capitalism, it kind of creates this like hyper individualistic
Yeah,
sense of self where you're not really looking out for others. You're just really looking out for you and maybe those in close proximity to you that you like your family or best friends. So like
what are we, pro anarchist? Pro anarchist.
sort of, but at the same time, it's I don't think it's
We
we need
can't
to
talk
live in a
about
place,
Yeah,
but
but you can't talk about any other like type of social government hierarchy in
I could
America.
say I support socialism, but
But
like I'm
again,
saying that in transit between capitalism, you would need that anarchism
yeah.
space to socialism.
And anarchism doesn't
Um,
necessarily mean purge. It just means there will not be a governing body or head honcho for the time being until we find another government system that we would
and
like to be
some
ruled over.
rise.
Yeah,
It's somebody could appear nice as all politicians do and say they're going to do these things, but since people don't really want to look past it, they just want to get back to their comfort. They'll be like, okay, yeah, we support this guy, do this and this, and then when somebody
if
gets
he's not
elected,
doing it, or even if
which
he's
is probably going to be
yeah.
going to be like all that shit. What was I saying to y'all about?
Oh yeah, because he's already old. So the dendrites in his fucking nerve endings in his fucking brain have already fucking went out. So now he's basically brain dead, kind of. His brain functionality is leaving him. So Joe Biden was completely fine when he got on the thing when he was running, but now, you know, I'm Sleepy Joe. I can't climb stairs and some shit. But it's also like, why are we not hiring younger presidents? Why are we not?
You're gonna get
starting younger?
assassinated.
I don't know.
I mean, they're not hiring younger presidents because there's not like people in power like kind of swap it between themselves, and they really just again it's that generation thing where why would I give it to you younger, you don't know anything about life.
But
I
younger
lived
could
through
save
50,
our fucking 40 years old.
and I was born in 1776. I've lived
You
through
haven't been
10.
in the fight on D-Day when I had that musket. I had that musket on me
You
on
don't
D-Day.
yeah, boy.
Remember back when Arthur Morgan built that bar?
But then it's-
Back when
I was back down in
1776.
Napoleon's trench, fighting
Well,
Napoleon with a sword myself.
Hate to break it to you.
But yeah, I just
Okay.
conservatives scared the fuck out of me, bro.
What was that, Caden? You were saying?
Nothing.
You sure? I thought it was. All right. Well, I'm just saying that people with power, there's a nepotism thing going on where they're really just going to give it to those who they have connections with, and you really only get connections or good connections if you have people in your family that have some power. Like if you already like if I'm born into a wealthy family that has ties to the government, and I then go want to be a fucking politician, I have connections to multiple routes to make sure that I mean it's a possible road regardless, but I have way more connection to make sure that it's like a 98% chance that I become a politician.
Yeah.
But they're still not gonna let like a young person be a politician. It's still,
Or if you do become
again,
one, nigga, you're not gonna be the president, and you're gonna have to do a lot of kiss ass.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's like at that point, why even if I were to become a politician as who I am right now, with my background and everything, uh, again, it's that kiss ass I'd have to do. I'd have to suck up and be like, oh yeah, because I'm here for a good cause.
you might
and
have to literally
stuff.
suck too.
Consistently, right? You seen that one thing
On Twitter?
But
It's not that though. You're
Yeah.
probably gonna have to literally do sexual favors. Especially if you're a woman. Especially if you're a woman, you're done.
yeah,
Them old niggas are weird.
yeah. But I'm just saying that, like, fuck, I just lost my train of thought. I guess what I'm saying is that at what point does it matter that I came into this office trying to do good if I'm constantly telling my supporters that, oh, there was that we couldn't get this, but vote for this guy again, and I promise. And then it's Democrats, they linger that around, they linger rights, they linger like basic human rights, and just like to vote, be like, oh, you can't vote for that person, they're bad, but we'll give you this.
Basic human
People
rights
are
that every human should have. It.
Because they blocked us from it. However,
Yeah.
what we can do is if you vote for me another 4 years, it's crazy, right?
Yeah. You didn't vote for me, you're not black.
Oh, you voted for me for I won. Oh shit.
Damn.
I don't think I will get this done in my presidential term. The Republicans and all of that, schmatter, sending money to foreign countries to kill people, oh, my mind, oh, but if you vote,
The fifth fold. They're doing the fifth fold.
but if you vote, fucking free ads, bro. I keep telling them.
Okay, you got anything?
This shit like
What?
You want to add anything?
ad.
Nah, I don't really got shit to add.
I ain't got shit to add.
Your ass is gonna add a lot of shit when it comes to sexuality part.
No, I'm not.
Again, because I guess to move from the conservative, because again, just to leave off on that, conservatives again they scare me. It's not just because of their like low key human right takey Jim Crow lawy ass policies that they love to pass, but it's also how dumb they are because they're kind of stupid, right? Because it's weird because when you're having an argument with somebody and you pass and you show them the logic, they will then twist the narrative because again, conservatives are really they align crazily with white fragility. They do not want to feel like they are the issue or the problem, so they're what's the word? They're like mine will literally skew every form of information just to make it seem like they're not the bad person, even though you clearly like the evidence lines up. It's like you are the murderer. Don't try to do mental gymnastics. Like again with Palestine, everybody know, most of us know at least that Gaza is a reactionary group, and if you do research in America's history, the Black Panthers reactionary group. The police wanted to make it illegal for ethnic groups to own guns, but these white Proud Boys can walk around with guns. That's not cool. So of course they made a reactionary group, the Black Panthers. I'm going to have a gun. I'm just gonna walk around with a gun and be black. A lot of niggas were jailed. A lot of niggas got died for that. But again, that's just a form of a reactionary group that is reacting to oppression. And again, the people in Gaza, uh, is that what was the what did they call the group? What was the group called?
The group was called Hamas.
Hamas, yeah. Again,
Yeah.
and it's also that fear mongering that they're doing because they know that Americans, we know, the 9/11, don't ever forget, fucking destroyed every person in the Middle East's reputation. Done, right? Because it's like now every news outlet can just fear monger and say, oh, they have a fucking insert random Middle Eastern name title here that sounds like terrorist organization. Assume it's a terrorist organization, and now all
Other
of a
than
sudden everybody's scared. Where you didn't send them the proof and the evidence, and they just still goes in one ear out the other. Another point.
them logical fallacies be at play, boy.
Yeah, you can say what is it? Another one because this also affects you and me. That nigga fucking Ben Shapiro and that fucking Tom McDonald rap. Fucking hate that bitch ass nigga. But I can't say that though because if I say I hate that bitch ass nigga, oh, why are you calling me nigga? You know I'm not that. I'm a Caucasian, but you can be racist to me. So no. But that dude Ben Shapiro said, let's just admit the facts. 13% of the population, half of the crime. I hate that argument because it's like, yes, we're 13% of the population, and on paper, 50% of African Americans are convicted. But do you know why they're convicted? Again, let's look into it. A lot of us get put in the pen for drug charges, right? Because a lot of us are in gangs, but some of us just have weed. And in some states, they are not legalizing weed, which is stupid because it's a plant. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to put fent. Imagine a nigga fent rolling your weed. You do the fent fold.
No.
But yeah, weed is a plant grown from the earth, right?
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I might maybe get into marijuana, but I'm not even on that type of time
I got
right
you.
now.
I got you.
But yeah, weed is a plant. Nigga, and this is before there are niggas that are black still getting pressed on it. Now there were niggas that were black that were getting pressed on it before it became legal. Then when it became legal, they're still in jail. So it's like, yeah, some of these crimes are bad crimes, like attempted robberies, murderings, serial rapings and killings, all the bad shit, right? Very small percentage of what most of that 50% is, which is, oh, I caught you smoking weed in the car, something stupid, and now you're going to be in jail for maybe a month or so. And it's just like, yeah, you're using generalized information and not actually going into, because this is a serious thing. You're saying that my race of people is violent, and you're saying that we're violent. Here's the statistics to prove it. And it's like, okay, but you have to go more in depth, especially since you're talking about me as a person, because I know I'm not violent. I would never smoke a fent rolled fucking weed. What the fuck do I look like? I would never shoot and murder and kill somebody. I don't want to do that. But that's mainly why I don't. That's my ending. That's me done talking about conservatism. They're scary. They're mostly they have too much of a standing in our government as a whole, and they stupid. You show them logic, they don't care. And they will literally mentally gymnastic. Some of them do it so they can make themselves feel better because again that white fragility, they don't want to feel bad about anything, even though it's like there are white people who know about the 400 years and they still don't feel bad because it's like that shit passed, and they show sympathy too, which I fuck with those people because they're like, yeah, I'm sorry that my people did that, but they don't feel that they have to constantly get super defensive when something about white supremacy and oppression towards black people comes up. But yeah, that's me. I kind of want to start talking about the red pills, but if any of you niggas got anything else to add on to my mama say, mama sa, mama kusa.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just really, it's conservatives, yeah, but like I mainly dislike centrist. They kind of like they can play at the strings of. Yeah, I really
would
don't
you say
like.
They're like pick me people, like pick me people, like oh
Yeah, like pick me people.
yeah,
Like it's like, oh, I'm a girly girl, but at the same time,
I hang up with the bread.
they're always up, talking against women for men. bringing up men's issues in defense, or not in defense, but against like an issue where women are talking about a women issue, and be like, oh, but men this and that, and then being
Would
like,
you
oh,
say
well, I would just be glad if a man picked me,
would
and
you
all of that
consider
shit,
Roma?
and they're basically.
Roma
Hmm?
Army got a lot of her shit from the Manosphere. Like a lot of niggas in the Manosphere fuck with her, cause that's just in general the Manosphere is like male help. I know this cause I was deep in that shit. It's 16. But
I
would
don't.
you don't know who that is? Basically,
No, hey,
she's a
the
male's
black
right.
lady.
She's a huh?
Is it a black lady?
She's a white lady with a fat nose. I know the black lady you're talking about though, but she got like
No,
a schnoz on her. She got hella
that.
tattoos. Um, and she advocates for
You
men's
know,
rights, and I like that because we men's rights is a thing. Like we do sometimes get to, because the system isn't just fucked up. Patriarchy isn't just fucked up mainly to women. It also fucks up a decent amount towards men. Not that it's a size comparing contest. It's not that I'm not
I
saying it's
know
a
it's not.
fix. Yeah,
Contest,
I'm
but
saying those
we
issues
are.
are around. Those issues are around.
Those are things, yeah, that we gotta fix ourselves, and
No, they're
we
also
keep it.
systematically in that shit too, just a little bit.
Wow, a few.
Yeah, there's a few. I'm not nearly as much as women. I feel like I got a gun to my head. Name them,
I
but
could probably think of one, mainly being when it comes to. I almost said abortion for some reason. Custody battles.
definitely custody
Uh,
battles. Um, what else should I
I,
say?
that's
But
the only one.
most of our issues though, and you're right, honestly. Most of our issues are social. Some of them we can fix ourselves. Some of them require other people, the other side, to kind of also stop being a part of the patriarch. Like the icks. Remember the icks? The weird ass fucking, oh, he dipped his toe in the water daintily or something like or something like that. Or he prances through the fields like a gazelle. And that just it's not it giving me the ick or shit like that. Um
I don't know. I don't think that's a big problem per se.
I,
I think it's just
some
like,
women
as I
genuinely
tell,
are on that shit. They are genuinely taking
yeah,
these icks and being like, yeah, nah.
they are. But I would only say it's like a serious problem to like an ick is if you're a man, like then I hate you and I'm gonna kill you. No ads free. No ads for free.
Turn it off the computer,
Come
turn
on.
everything off.
Get off.
Yes.
No,
No,
it's
where'd you
not really
go?
a
Oh, wait, stop.
big issue as for me. It's just the same
Yeah.
thing that we would tell anybody else is you pick somebody else. Like
Yeah.
when we talk to women and be like, "Oh, that he's an asshole," you like go. You see that now. Go pick somebody better.
But
It's
I
something
like
like that.
him,
It's like
but I'm still fucking with him. Not every woman does
it's
that
like
though. But
no, not every man and woman does that. But they when they do, that's not really what I'm talking about. It's mainly like it's pick better woman. Like don't pick her. She's an asshole. So don't
yeah,
even be like
there are
stressing
better
over
women.
it
There are
because
better women out there. There are great. I
you know
feel like there are amazing female partners out there.
there
Get
definitely are.
just like there are
There's
amazing
good,
bachelors out
there's
there.
bad in a lot
But
of people,
the
or
problem
not a lot of
is,
people, but
I
bad
feel,
in every group.
yeah. But the ones that are good, and let's say this, the ones that are good and are also attractive in a way, they will bring themselves into this market, but they look like all the other people who are in hookup culture that are shitty people. So a good girl, a little legitimately kind person, will end up getting into that thinking, oh, I'm just dating. I love this man. This nigga done go. He's a J bag. He's a J bag. He's a whore. You get me? Fam is waffling, yeah? You think that you have a loyal man. That fam is... he's... And then now, that girl that he's messing with is a wide receiver. He thinks you're a wide receiver, too. That's basically how it would go. Same thing goes with dudes. They'll get a woman that they like, and then, it turns out that she got a whole roster of man meat on her phone. and stuff like that. So it's really bad that the attractive bachelors are out there who really do want relationships, and then they get absolutely destroyed through the dating market because yeah, you're nice, but your body's also nice, and I'm shallow, so I'm only in it for the body, and I'm out. And then you get other people, average people that probably couldn't ride off their looks, and then they again, since we're so shallow in terms of dating, they don't really get picked, and then they also might not be going out of their way to just start a random relationship out of nowhere. Because I feel like there's a lot of those people too that just go out of their way just to start a damn relationship. Uh, Maybe out of
Yeah,
loneliness. Maybe I'm. I'll use this
definitely.
person as an example. You know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna bring up their name. I'm gonna call this nigga Tickle Bottoms McBones of Fun.
I know.
Tickle Bottoms McBones of Fun has had a couple of girlfriends, and by a couple I mean a decent, like, crazily amount in a short time frame. He claims that he loves these women, and I believe it truly. But man, they do not reciprocate. One of the first girls that this guy has went after, she was just a terrible person. Not sexually disciplined at all. Didn't really see him as the first. He was like last on the list. But when she needed a man, an actual good man, she came after him, and then Tickle Bottoms was like, I don't want you no more. He was confused because I'm not gonna lie, he showed me a picture, and even though she had a crimson chin, she was a nice looking light skinned black lady. But again, with all those bad traits,
Who is
I
a
was like,
child?
nah,
Nicholas?
shut up, man, shut up, man, shut up, man. Come on. Then you got the second one. She was just again unfaithful, not faithful. Third one, that relationship got ruined, and this was the one I wanted to actually happen because I'm like, oh, you knew this person from a minute ago. The dad was weird, didn't want it to happen. Either that, or she just didn't like him no more, so she just cut that off. Ghosted him. Fourth one ghosted him, and then the fifth one that he's with right now, loves him, and that relationship looks like it's going crazy. But she said, let's take a break. And again, using Tickle Bottoms in this scenario is kind of just me saying that there are that's the example of people who love bomb and instantly get into these relationships. But, yeah,
Yeah,
the dating game is kind of fucked
yeah.
right now.
It's people like that. Yeah, I see what you're saying about on that front. I was just mainly talking about men's issues or men's rights or these issues. We see how they are. Do you see how they're like just like kind of related to dating
Some of
or
most
social?
of our most of male issues
Like,
are while women's issues are related to some of their issues are related to also social things, but it's also the system as well. Because patriarchy is also in place to fuck them up. Again, what you said, I agree. Most of a genuine amount of our
I,
issues are based on social social issues, and then
yeah,
only one of them, only really one, the biggest one you can put up. There's another one too. Domestic uh, lawsuits. Like, bro, she just hit me with a Shoryuken and a Hadoken, and I like lightly grabbed her and like pushed her off of me. Cops seen that, I'm going to jail behind bars. So that equal rights, equal lefts ass argument. So there are only a few that you can maybe count on your hand for men that happen in the system that, yeah, you can advocate men's rights, but most of it is social.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah,
yeah. I mean, but there's factors for why that is that we, you know, most of the time do not get custody of our kids and or when there is a fight between a male and a woman, it's us mainly. I mean, again, we can exact way more damage
damage.
than they can.
I see what you're saying.
Hand to
Even
hand,
even
I
if
know
there
I'm
was even if there wasn't like,
way more damage.
yeah,
We're typically more aggressive, and that doesn't help that the fact that we bottle
or we
up our
can be more
feelings.
aggressive in fights. Nigga said, "Oh, I'm a nice guy," but when I see red,
you know, that
yeah,
that that make us, seen as the aggressors, and for good reason. There's a plentiful amount of men that you couldn't even count on your hands or
yeah,
fingers,
or
or
toes,
tens of thousands of other people's fingers and
all
shit.
your limbs that are actually very
And
aggressive. That they beat women.
they have been very, very aggressive in situations where, well, a woman or was hitting them, or somebody was hitting them, and they just fucking
They
rage
tweaked and
out.
crashed out,
And,
and
so
that's a social thing
that's
though.
what I'm
Male
saying.
emotions is a social thing too, but
I'm saying, yes, it is a social thing too. However, it's, a thing against women. It's not like it's a main issue of domestic violence against women, and how, for the most part, it's kind of not taken, serious, or and there's really never that much justice done about it. So in their community, where they have issues about, how do we not get raped, and how do we try to avoid, getting hit, by our, fucking boyfriend.
wow, boyfriend and
Um,
wives. Mm. And
why am
the funny
I,
thing is,
as
some
I'm
of
pregnant,
those, yeah, yeah,
that's how they be. It's like, I'm pregnant. My husband, he just for some reason started fucking being a dick ass in the ass, but and he's not allowing me to see any of my friends. He's cutting off all of her support. It's like cutting off all of her support and everything, so that if she tries to leave, I mean, she can't really, because she has no financial stability. She has no relationships to fall
this
back
system
on, so she
is
doesn't have.
literally directly, in turn, built for two people households, uh, husband and wife, make a family,
Shit,
make a
even
corporation.
at, it really ain't anymore. Like, it may be back in the
No, I
50s,
think it is.
but
You definitely need
six
to
of
live.
people living to paycheck, and that's not even really true. They're really rarely ever just living off paycheck to paycheck. It's paycheck plus whatever side hustle money they can fucking get, plus maybe taking out
I
a
think that's
loan.
still,
Friends,
if
they can
you
make it.
are, you're saying a married, like, all right, a married white couple that is probably just in their 30s. They had a child. Yes, again, times are still not gonna be super duper duper easy for them, of course, because you already know that economy is garbage. But I do think that just the society is still built around just a two-person house, just a, you know two income
Built around
household,
ideas
two income
necessarily.
household.
These niggas just want to keep trying to get this right. No.
All right, but like,
What?
again,
I do
two
think, I
incomes.
agree that it's an idea because of, traditionalism. However, can it actually be? It really only exists for those who are born, like you said, uh, into a good household, with a
There are
good enough of
examples of
wealth.
ethnic communities having two incomes. Of course, that doesn't necessarily mean they would be living in the house that I used to live on 17th in Cleveland, but they would still.
I'm just
And
saying.
we're censoring that.
I don't live on
Yeah.
17th in Cleveland anymore. That's a random
Yeah.
person's house.
Yeah, so we censor that because we don't want anybody to, for those people to,
Okay.
it's for the safety of those people. All right, come on.
Don't censor that, Kate. It's real.
So
I want them to search up 17th in Cleveland to show what trenches I used to live in.
This nigga just keeps saying it. Nick,
It's
hush.
17th.
Damn.
For them to, that's just a street, actually. For them to actually get the address of the house that I used to live in, they would have to put in the actual house numbers, then the street. I didn't even put in that the P.O. box. I just said
You're giving a lot of information.
I
no
gave
fucking
one line of street.
Other than the fact this is float and be like, oh nigga, yeah, I had a house then. I was nigga, shut up for the next people who live there. Be quiet.
Again, didn't give their
Damn.
P.O. box. Didn't even disclose what state we live in. So
Yes.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. I said
Earlier.
17th in Cleveland.
Earlier.
My Negro Aroni.
Can we just get off of this,
don't
nigga?
say
'Cause y'all are just slobbing on my slob, and I don't like it. So go continue.
You're just not understanding it, right?
I just named the street.
Again,
Lenexa Drive.
what I'm saying is that for most of the U.S., if you're not those people, then yeah, you're living in some fucking apartment. So we're not even owning it. You're renting it. You most likely don't have two parents yourself, so it's probably going to be a low percentage that you yourself have a partner. And if you do have yourself a partner, I hope they're doing well by you. I hope they're respecting you and understanding your boundaries and understanding, the autonomy that each person has and all of that. But they're still going to be in a fucking studio, a studio that
can't wait
really
until I get my fucking studio. I cannot wait until I get my fucking New York closet. I promise you.
Shit is gonna be this size. You're not gonna have a closet. All the cabinets, or you might have a closet, but it's literally like if you walk in, boom, bopping some shit. You bopping your fucking head on something. Like you gonna put your bed down. You're gonna be like, damn, I cannot put anything else up. Can't put no dressers up. You have your own closet. Most of the time they have their own little mini closet. It really, if you got a lot of clothes, you're probably gonna have to fucking ditch them unless you want to put them in the cabinets and drawers. Well, your food, or not food, but your household supplies, and like fucking pans, pots, soaps, etc., etc. Your sink is probably gonna be in the fucking bathroom. So good luck washing that chicken in that fucking bathroom, that communal bathroom. Because some of the time, they don't even have bathrooms in their own studio. They have a communal bathroom shower. Like, what the fuck? This not college?
This is no fucking Japan shit. I'm not about to let nobody see my wet willy, nigga.
Like, yeah, it just doesn't, like, stuff like that, where we're literally having to reduce our comfort of living. We're not going to live ever with a few days to ourselves, because again, we wake up. If you go from like 9 to 5, you probably wake up around 7, 8, maybe earlier if you have a child. So you're getting ready and all that fucking time, not getting paid for it. You go to work, you're probably gonna stay over a bit for overtime because not even that's gonna cover
your fucking paid enough, and then overtime is extra money, still not getting paid enough.
Back, and then you probably live out of the city, but you travel into the city, or you live in the city. Either way, it might be a walkable city. So you're traveling.
If you don't live in New York or Chicago, it's not a walkable city.
Then again, like 20 to 50 fucking minutes for work, and then like it's just a lot of time added on. By the time you get home, then you have to, try to chill, but then if you have a kid, you gotta cook. If you don't have a kid, I mean, you can starve, but you really shouldn't have to starve. But you would have to cook regardless. Bathe yourself. Just make sure everything else is in order. Then go to sleep by maybe 9, 10, or 11 if you don't have anything else to do. But there's that thing. I forgot what the term is called, but it's like the term. No, the term, it just basically states that your brain wants to catch up on all the like fun times, I guess, that you missed throughout the day.
I don't know what that's called either.
There's a term for it, but I just fucking forgot it. But yeah, your brain will stay up late. So now you're staying up late. So now it's 1 to 2 a.m. You got work in 5 hours. You repeat the cycle. Nevertheless, getting no more. You have like heavy ass black balls under your fucking eye. You're just, hey, then don't say if you work in retail, if you work in customer service, you work anywhere where there's other people, they don't see you as a human fucking being.
They don't care.
I've been around countless of
Nigga,
times. I've been
I
the
can tell
fucking
you from.
victim of.
Let me tell you this, Donald. I was literally carrying a heavy ass fucking bananas, cause I work in fucking shit. I was pulling that shit back on a thing. Even with the jack, I can feel my chest muscles flexing as I'm pulling that shit. I'm having to use every fucking ounce of my jumping Jalusa fats and legs just to get this shit moving. Having to go like literally. An old ass nigga ran into me. His cart ran into me. He said, "I'm gonna get my question answered. Where's the canned food?" To the right, to the left of him. To the left of him, it was there.
Like, would you not want to blow that nigga's head off with the
I don't wanna-
AA-12 with the switch?
Woo! I don't want to hurt old people.
At least.
But I was definitely not happy. Because I'm like, bro, you just interrupted this job I'm doing by myself. That's not the easiest thing. And just to find canned food when you could have just opened your eyes, looked up where the displays are, and see that in aisle 2 it says canned food. I know you're old, right? So you might not be able to see. But again, and then it's also at the actual thing. They just come up to you asking you questions all the time. And it's like, oh, it's right here, and oh, thank you. But sometimes, bro, they get pestered. Like they'll be like, oh, do you guys have this? And it's like, no. It's like, oh, well, can you check in the back? Yo, you guys don't have it. Oh, that's sad. And want to make a whole conversation about it. I'm like, you should have. I'm sorry. I just work here. We don't have it. Nigga can't. And it was crazy. It's not even my fault. They don't get mad at me. They just, oh, that's sad. But I know that they be walking on like, man, why the hell do they not have? And they might be like, that kid, he probably don't even know where they are. And I feel like that's what they be doing. But like today, I was kind of slacking because I was not happy. I was the only one there. After doing that pallet, I was tired. So I'm in the back on my phone drinking Pepsi and eating M&Ms. I know I'm not supposed to be drinking Pepsi or eating M&Ms, but what other choice do I have? Because that's all they have at IV to drink Pepsi products. But I'm just eating that shit, and then one of the managers, cool manager, came back. I'm slacking. He doesn't care. But he says, do you guys have Opal apples? I'm like, they sent a manager back here. No, we don't. You just made me go on a tangent about fucking retail work. It's mainly because they got me part-timing, full-timing. I'm going to go ahead and explain that shit.
What? Regular fucking schedule.
They're literally strategically scheduling me to be there every 5 days strategically. Like, again, I only said I wanted 20 to 25 hours. They could schedule me for 3 to 4 days off of 20 hours. If they wanted to schedule me for 20, again, 3 8-hour shifts, that's 24 hours right there. Boom. Boom, immediately. Add, Donald? Boom, immediately.
Yeah, what the fucking ad?
Immediately solved. I now have 4 days off. No. We need you more than that, Nicholas. Nicholas, we need you more than that. So we're going to have you work a bunch of 5, 6, 4-hour shifts. You only get 2 days off to yourself. Then on the last day of the week, the day of, ironically, rest, you're going to go and work a 7 to 8 hour shift. And this week I have to work a 9 to 4. So I have to now wake up at the butt booty crack of dawn. And then
that shit's hard to do.
I'm gonna wake up, obviously. Yeah. That money gonna get me motivated, but I'm not gonna be happy. Yeah. Then I get to leave at 4, and I'm like, I got an evening to myself, but not really. And it's that dumb strategic shit.
Yeah, Kaden, do you have any words about it?
Yeah. Fucking hate working in retail. I hate them. I hate everybody.
You kind of quiet.
Shops. I hate everybody who shops at retail. I hate all of you.
Speak that shit. Use your chest.
You not using your chest, nigga.
It fucking. I hated that job so much.
Damn.
It was so bad.
Yeah, this nigga.
Gotta up your volume on your mic, please.
Like they be fucking barging you, and it's like that's
they vote because again that's your job. Yeah. Like they Donald, the only thing is you tell me to do that all the time because I'm the nigga that be I don't want to bother them. You be like, nigga, that's their job, bother them. And
but there's a way to go about. like asking them questions. It's that nigga ramming you with this basically Ford F-150 ass cart. Like, there's a way to go about it is not ram them. Wait till they're probably done, or again offer help, because again, let's be individuals. Understand that if you were in that situation,
If people were helping me in my store with my tasks, I would be happy as fuck.
Yeah, people in your store that probably work there.
I'm talking about like customers. Like, oh, let me help you with these green onions. Do you know where I can find the scallions?
Yeah, just it's like that. That shit don't get me hot and bothered. What gets me bothered is when they keep persisting that I know something's there when A, it's not my fucking department.
Yeah.
B, even if we do have it and I go back and go ask them and when it's not in stock, you're going to insist that I do have it because it says right here on the fucking website. We update that shit fucking every second of the fucking day. No, we don't. You dumbass.
Humans are lazy. That shit that was posted on the website, it might not be here.
Like, yeah, humans are lazy, but and even my laziest days, I'm not about to be like, all right, listen here, you little bitch. Like, tell me where the fucking eggs are.
No,
like,
that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. Like, they're looking for let's just say, a Logitech G27 steering wheel. G35 steering wheel. And it's like, oh, well, it says you guys have it in stock. I'm be like, my nigga, we don't. I just checked. And sometimes the shit online isn't always updated because the niggas who are quote-unquote updating it are lazy. Or it's just an infrastructure that has stuff we do sell. Doesn't mean it's in. Niggas was asking me where the fucking poblano peppers were. I'm like, they are not in.
It's like
Poblano?
Yeah, poblano.
No.
Shit. Do I want to talk about Andrew Tatester niggas and Red Pill Manosphere niggas? Or do what we want to? I think I want to talk about that. Talking about the effects that the Red Pill has. I just hate.
Haven't even talked about the porn.
Yeah, I want to save that shit for last. Edging and gooning that shit out to the very last drop. Let me stop.
Get out of my lobby, please. Okay. Please leave the lobby. Get out. God. Go home. Get out.
Anyways. Again, Red Pill, or that whole thing, again, Manosphere. Good takes, maybe. Only takes I like is that men should be more physically active. Again, I'm a somewhat pseudo workout nigga myself. I don't work out a lot all the time, and I don't do cardio nearly as much as I used to or should. But I work out a little bit, so just in case of the chance that someone tries to out-muscle me, I could possibly do something. Or I'm still pretty fast. I think I can still run 17, maybe 18 miles an hour. So you're not catching me if you try to chase me. And even if I don't have high top speed, I have high acceleration. To jump in Jelusafats, that's like a fucking Ford Mustang in the back of my body. I'm gonna stop. Let you stop. But like that general, hey, you should work out is cool. But then when it gets to the dating advice, it's just hella mucho, macho, high school musical bully ask. Connor, what the hell are you doing talking to my?
And 6'10". Yeah. With 6 packs and
that's the women. That's the main women. They're like, they're the ones that are always constantly like, hey, it's cool to be short. I'm a short like that.
My book.
My favorite, even though I'm not a part of that shit. Yep, that too. Read my book. But even though I'm not a part of that anymore, I'm glad Donald helped me to steer from that shit. This nigga, his name is Steph is Cole, funny ass nigga. Charismatic ass nigga. If a video of his does pop up on my shit, I will look at it. Disagree with almost every point he says, but that nigga funny as fuck. He's also from Milwaukee, so he did that's a little producer joke right there. Milwaukee clap pattern. But this nigga's also a 5'7" king himself, buff ass nigga. He also disagrees with that shit. Don't say I'm glazing. He cool. But his thing is, kill yourself. His thing is, like, male promiscuity. This nigga literally advertises taking male sexual enhancements and shit when it comes to sex and dating and shit. And it's like, yes, but why? Why would I put? I don't think I want to put that in my body to just
all
for one
wrapped up
woman.
with the raw meat aphrodisiac.
Yeah, like he's basically saying use aphrodisiacs on yourself to have sex with random women. They're gonna get attached with that pain. They're gonna get attached with your performance with that pain. They're not gonna get attached to you as a general. Cause again, I'm gonna be honest, Donald. I don't got this money to constantly be buying Blue Chews. I'm not gonna buy this pill in this gas station every time. Sometimes you're gonna get me. On,
Price is $16.52. I have $16.50. Let me, please. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Man, gonna be like, bro, get up out of here. I'm not buying the VC to get to 99 overall. I would rather a woman want to just explore each other's bodies normally, so I can grind my build literally instead of having to just pay the money to.
What are
This is my 2K analogy. Let me rock. But the red pill it's normal. It gives normal, better, good advice on just general like health and wellness and shit, because that's what's required to be a man in their, you know, shallow brain. But other than that, it's just a lot of dumb gobbledygook. I think the nigga I hate the most is Andrew Tate. I kind of defend him. Like, this nigga isn't like the worst nigga to live. There are people worse than him, but yes, he is a pimp. That nigga does literally send fly girls out to Romania to be cam girls. He is basically a pimp. He is in Romania to dodge loopholes. Why would he would never do that shit in the UK or America? Them niggas would book his ass. And on top of that, supercars in Romania are cheaper, so he could just buy them bitches. So that's another reason. I don't like him though, mainly because he is a incredibly misogynistic person. He just says mean shit, and it's like, and he'll probably say, "Oh, you're a wokey." I'm like, I'm not really even that. It's just you're a dick. It's not even. I'm not even looking at the fact of, oh, you're being misogynistic. You're just being a dick, right? Misogyny it's a mean thing, yes, but like you're like being really dickish about it too. Like he was saying, oh yeah, a woman is my property, and if I get it, she's my property, and it's just like, shut your British jibber jabber ass up. And then I feel like he would claim that he's black because him and Tristan have claimed that they're black. I'm like, if anything, you are a new race of mixed race people. So I don't even want to hear it. But I don't like listening to the. I think the niggas I hate the most is Fresh and Fit. They are by far some of the most pussy ass manosphere ass niggas I've ever heard in my time frame. They literally were dodging. They were ducking fights with Abba and Preach, or Abba and Preach. And hell, some niggas don't even fuck with Abba and Preach, but they were ducking fights with Abba and Preach. The taller nigga on there was on a mommy app. You know the Sugar Mom app. There's a Sugar Mom.
What?
There is a Sugar Mom website. the tall Arab nigga from Fresh and Fit was on that shit. He had a whole.
About that. What is this about Sugar Mom website?
It's a website, nigga. You can go on there and you can list yourself. Nigga, you can't. Nigga, don't. I'm going to continue with my yapping. So basically, while Donald fiends to have a Sugar Mom fix his whole life up, but yeah, he was out on
coming down on a cool guy,
and he was literally caught in 4K, and he didn't care. The nigga on that, I was like, I'm 6 foot, and that's above the average of most men in the world, and I make like 6 figures, baby. But I just want some money from you. And it's like, my nigga, ain't you the same nigga that brings us only a specific type of women onto your podcast to basically shit on them, trying to get with older women for money?
This is the Fresh and Fit nigga?
This is the Fresh and Fit nigga, especially the Arabian nigga.
Yeah, they're weird.
And then the black one, that dude had a whole video talking about, like, bro, it's easy to get women, bro. I was hanging out with a fucking with an NBA player. Probably a like 13th man on the roster, maybe averaging 3 points a game, but he is in the NBA, so that's an achievement. But he's like, oh yeah, we were just fucking bitches left and right, you know. Like I went to a house with him. She was just sliding me some girls to fuck. nutting her 3 times, winning that. It's like, this just sounds like a 16-year-old, 14-year-old pipe dream story that you're telling me right now. You're 36.
I don't know if is that supposed to inspire somebody.
It's just, yeah, it's supposed to inspire people in that thing that, oh yeah, you can get these women. You just gotta play the game right. And that's another thing I can kind of be like, somewhat like, some sort of admiration. You're trying to teach niggas game because dating is some sort of a game. But even then, it's like, nigga, you are like doing it so wrong. Your tutorials are terrible.
That, you know, getting or having relationships and dating, it is a, I guess, you know, that's one of the metaphors for it. It's a game, but it's like I guess the phrasing of it, of how he does things, just kind of makes it seem like he probably does look at women as an object, not really nothing more, nothing less. You know, it's not like,
hey buddy, I'm just trying to get laid. That's how.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck her. It's not like passive, or not passive language, but it's like, it's aggressive, hostile language of, I'm going to do this to her instead of we are going to do this together.
Because sex is a 50-50 exchange. It can be more of a, it can be more of an 80-20 or 80 what?
Yeah, it depends on the person. What,
yeah, you know, if they like, what position, if they like to be top and bottom. But both people who are having sex could be fucking the shit out of each other. I agree. People should be thinking about it as such, because it's not always going to be, I'm putting you in submissive breeding positions all the whole time. You know, you might be a chick that likes to put niggas in the Amazonian position. If new niggas know what that's about. Do you know what that's about, Donald? For viewers who don't know, it's basically like missionary for men.
Don't tell them.
It's missionary for men. So you're basically your
just watch Futurama.
Your member's gonna be down there, and she's gonna be like humping the It's a crazy ass position, bro. It weirds me out, but if it was to happen to me, that shit would be kind of cool. It's basically snoo. But yeah,
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it. Come on, let that crane down on me. But I think to end off this manosphere and then segue into the topic that I think we really been wanting to talk about, Sneeko.
God, no.
Sneeko. Ooh my god. I still look at some of his older videos too. He was the most thought-provoking nigga ever. And I know you wouldn't necessarily like it because he was technically like a centrist, but he was like a cool ass fucking centrist that was really thinking about everything. Like, he would never just be like, oh, I agree with that point and stick with it. He would be constantly, you know, analyzing it and figuring it out and seeing, do I actually fuck with this or not, right? And I think when I really became a fan of him was when he went on to that podcast, Peer to Peer, and he was so open with them niggas and his general audience. He was like, yeah, I had a girlfriend, and we did open relationship, and I seen her getting railed. I mean, I was also having sex with a girl. He had to point that out. But he's like, while I'm in this random girl I don't know, he's just absolutely dogging her shit. And he's looking at her face and seeing her, she's in ecstasy. That would break my soul. That would break my soul. Yeah, but it was so cool because I'm like, this nigga, you're doing some shit that nobody else would ever do, ever. No one else is really admitting that, especially a big person like him. But then Andrew Tate ruined everything because this nigga started, you know, he believed in religion and some shit, like, which is okay. But then the religion wormhole Lee is a part of traditional conservatism in the manosphere. So then he started adopting those dim ass ideologies, and then he was also bulking up. He was already getting called a fuckboy, but he was more like a left leaning fuckboy. But now this nigga is now on conservatism. Then on top of that, he's reading the Quran. I already pointed that out. Nigga gets in vogue, so now his ego's blown up. Now, you know, he's meeting up with Andrew Tate, and he's trying to be alpha male, big alpha, and it's like they fucking got him. Then Moist Critical was like, "This is not a clip, you dumbass. This is a magazine." And even though I think that would, in my opinion, that was super nerdy of him. But that's why I also
It was
like about
hard. It was
Moist Critical.
so hard.
It was hard because it was like
That was
Moist Critical is he's in tap with his masculinity, but he also is a 5'6", 7" dwarf man that is being nerdy about guns. But again, he's showing this. He's showing that I don't have to be super masculine in the image of masculinity to point out to this nigga that I will shoot you with a gun, and also tell him what a part of a gun is actually atomically, and based on a gun's anatomy. So yes, I'm going to tell this nigga that he's stupid because it's not a clip, it's a magazine, and I'm going to threaten to shoot him. And then they had a talk, and then this Moist Critical was talking to him about like, yeah, man, you cool. It's just that I don't really mess with these things. Also, this nigga like supports cuties, and again, I can understand why. It's the It only problem is cuties does not need to be sexually. That nigga Caden left. But
recording.
Yeah, but cuties needs to. Let me start. I'm sorry, but cuties was a good. It was in introspect a good film, highlighting a serious issues of young women who are putting their bodies on the internet, where it should really be a really huge age restriction like 19, 21, but they're doing it, getting tons of views on it, and it's like, yeah, that's a great message to do a film on. However, maybe stop the 13-year-old booty popping into the camera. Maybe stop like the close up on the coochie of the 12-year-old, maybe, because you're gonna attract the wrong people with that. But he didn't even that's the thing problem though. He didn't even point that out when he said Cooties was a good movie. He said Cuties was a good movie, nigga. He said, oh, that's great actually, because it amplifies that they really need to stop this, and it's just like, yeah. Anyways, what y'all want to say about that? That's the Sneeko
adds to the film.
Discography. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I 100% disagree. having little girl, but that's not even jiggling either. Just up in the camera is not.
What the fuck?
It's not symbolizing It's not symbolizing young women sexualizing themselves on the internet, because it's a dancing competition in real life. It's just yes, it's showing that shit is real, but you don't have to do it even like that. How you could do it is that they're dancing cutesily or whatever, not doing the work it, twerk it, but like doing like cutesy little dances and stuff, and then you point and zoom in on the audience of weird ass niggas in that audience. If you really want to do that shit.
What did anybody in here watch the movie?
Cuties? No, I never even watched that shit.
I
refuse to.
We don't the ending message. I sort of want to watch the movie as in to disprove this nigga Sneekio's point about the movie, but again,
it's the synopsis, the general synopsis of the story, because I've seen some clips.
Because I want to see what is the general message.
The message is supposed to be about if you look into it, it's supposed to be young women who are sexualizing themselves in front of people, even though they are 13 and they shouldn't. Because I'm pretty sure through our lives we have seen women, like women in our age when we were young, that kind of sexualize themselves. But then you think back, like, that's basically the message. I just think that you shouldn't be showing all of that weird shit in the movie. Better ways to do this. There's better ways to like make the movie off of it. That's why I never looked at it.
What I'm saying is, I see that that's a general message, but how do they go about
displaying it very poorly?
How do they go about it in the story?
Yeah, and that's
like
what
are the
about it very poorly.
Solutions to it? They move it, so they move about it very, very poorly, which is what I was. And so it's not really a great story to tell. It kind of just romanticizes they're talking about really explaining it. It's like I heard today, like in the new Avatar, that they were going to tone down sexism.
Sokka is
I
not a
think
sexism show.
I think that was a stupid thing to do, to take away.
It's not that bad though.
Crucial part.
That's his crew. You know what? That's true. That is literally the crucial part of that nigga's character growth and development. He's kind of sexy, but he's like 14, 15. So every 14, 15-year-old boy is a little sexist, nigga. They, for most of their life, they've always been stronger. Then this nigga meet this. Then he meets Suki, and then he's
not even Suki.
And then
it's
and
like
also his sister now knows how to bend, so she can box his ass. He meets multiple women that tear that shit down. Suki, his sister, Toph, and he's like, oh, women can box.
Yeah, I mean, he's more than that. He's like, I mean, like my ideals of, I guess, masculinity and woman were just very fucking wrong, and he changes, and that's great character development. See your character have a major flaw like that and overcome that
and
flaw.
that would make the live action movie a lot better if they addressed that shit or show.
Yeah, it's a rising. I mean, it's always been an issue, but it's rising. And it's for kids, so you would think that those kids
perfect for them.
You would think that those kids need that message, but
they apparently
they try to
reduce it because they don't want to be problematic. Because Donald, would you say it's a catch-22? They don't want and get.
I don't know.
Other people, they don't want to get how they would say quote unquote woke mob mad because he's being sexist in the movie. But to actual appreciators of the story, because we've all seen Avatar probably all the way through, we're going to be like, no, make that nigga sexist. And also just people who appreciate media as well, because it's like, yeah, as we just said, it would make for amazing character growth. Niggas would then, if they actually see that this nigga is no longer a dick, we would love the movie. I'm sorry. I'm really passionate about that shit, bro. I love Avatar. I can't. I don't think I can look at the live action though. Let me just sidebar. What element do y'all want to bend? What element do y'all want to bend?
I want to bend the element of a speech and ban you from that shit permanently.
What the fuck? Why?
Why your ability, huh? Why?
You can't bend speech though. It's also an Avatar, so not counting it.
I'm gonna make it happen.
If you want it, you would have to be an airbender. You would have to be an airbender.
I'll be an airbender. Fuck it. Yeah.
I would also be an airbender, but
that's the thing.
Fuck ass
I'm not a pacifist.
I'm a
so
pacifist.
That wouldn't work well with me.
I'm personally not about. I'm really bad at fighting, and even if I learned how to fight,
you don't need to be good at fighting to not be a pacifist.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's all mainly the reason. I got I used to be like prone. I was prone to anger, and I would definitely fight niggas on some Napoleon shit. Niggas put me in my place quick. That nigga banged me all across the bathroom in 6th grade. He said, boom, 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 boom. I had a lump. I forgot where I was, and I was just like, okay, no more of that. And with the bullying, it got worse and worse because I was realizing, damn, I really can't handle these niggas without a gun. Because with the Thule I could. With the Thule I could handle all of them. But I also as me, I'm not doing that. I could definitely be a fucking airbender nigga.
I want to be a fucking airbender because with airbending it makes combat better.
Oh yeah.
You get
massive traversal.
Executions.
You can literally suck the breath out of somebody. If you want to be, but that type of airbender, it was weird because apparently for airbenders to fly. To literally have the ability to fly, they would have to basically just let every humanly desire go, which is why Aang could never do that shit because he loved Katara. But Zahir can do that. He can fly. Zahir can fly. But again, that humanly earthly desires, which murder is kind of one of them. You can't be a killer. That nigga Zahir killed the Earth Queen. He said, "Damn," took her air right out of her lungs, and then But he only was able to fly after Plee died. But it's like, my nigga, Plee just died. You still have an attachment to that combustion bender. You still have an attachment to her. You still love her. You don't just lose a loved one and then now I can all of a sudden fly. But I would find a way to fly and also be attached to human desires. I would go crazy.
That's it, but it'd be kind of funny because you could make jokes out of it. You could be like interrogating somebody. You walk over, it's just like, got your windpipes. And the dude just starts like choking on the floor.
All right. What you gonna do? We yapped. We did not. We had like initially 3 topics. Man, I would say I was probably the one talking the most.
Okay, I'm gonna say we should probably end it here.
I want to talk about. I will tell you how much time we got.
Push it to the 3rd. We should push it to the 3rd.
I don't want to push it to the 3rd. We have 1 hour and 40 minutes. We can push
Nick,
it to the third. We can push it to the third.
Push it to the
third. Okay, we'll push
Nick.
it. Okay. I'm editing too, so that's perfect.
Nick, I'll look over your edits. This nigga has school, bro.
Oh yeah, he does. Thank you. Anyways, if everybody's ready.
Good night.
Conservatism. Is it bad?
Signing off.
Is it a part of the exploitation of the middle class? We will never know because they like to keep everything in the dark. Anyways, thank you for viewing the Exploitation of the Middle Class podcast. Thank you for being patient with this episode. And if you like what we do, make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed to any platform, every platform that we put this out. I don't know. Yes, if you do disagree with any of our points or want to talk more of any of our points, please
Fight
chat
us.
it. Or do what he said.
What did you say,
I would
Kenny?
personally box and scrap anybody who disagrees with me. And one of us might actually reply to what you're saying.
I will.
But don't get on
I
here
will.
thinking you're about to get some like, oh, I'm about to troll, because I'm not doing that. We will probably give you single replies, but yeah, but that's about it.
Not gonna lie, I get hit with one single logical fallacy. I'm gonna ask for that address, and now I'm gonna tell them to go. Somebody censor this. I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, you'll say it around when we're off camera. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching us. And tomorrow
Please be
we're
safe.
gonna have
I love you.
Next time we're gonna have a good ass topic, man. I can't wait.
It has been 3 episodes in the making.